Welcome back, and it's still Newsweek, where we highlight some of the biggest stories that made the headlines in the week. Now let's move to economy. President Muhammadu Buhari has strongly criticized state governors for the institutional corruption in local government system. This, he said, inhibits development at the grassroots. The president said this at the State House, Abuja, during a parley with members of the senior executive courses 44 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuro. Femi Akonde reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari was blunt as he directly blamed state governors for the poor rate of development at the local government level. The president is not happy that the efforts made to strengthen local government administration in the country through an executive order was truncated by judicial processes. Mr. President wants all public office holders to be guided by their conscience. He also promised that the recommendation in the NIPSS report will be implemented.
Money for the salaries will be given and the balance will put in his pocket. This is what's happening. This is Nigeria. It's a terrible thing. You cannot say the person who was doing that was not educated. He was a qualified lawyer. He was experienced. Yet he participated in this type of corruption. So it's a matter of conscience, whichever level we find ourselves, that you need us to sit here with all the sacrifices the country is making by putting you through institutions and getting you ready to lead. The fundamental thing is personal integrity. May God help us.
The report of the Senior Executive Course 44 recommends that for Nigeria to manage most of the challenges currently facing the country, it must strengthen governance at the grassroots and eradicate corruption.
Your resolve to achieve zero tolerance in corruption is a struggle that we as a nation cannot abandon if we must prosper. The national and global support given to your administration is a huge opportunity to be leveraged on.
President Buhari congratulated the members of the Senior Executive Course 44 on the successful completion of their course and promised that his administration will continue to support the activities of the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, in a rebuttal, Governor of Rivers State Nyesom Wike has challenged the president to expose governors responsible for stealing local government funds. Governor Wike denied ever taking funds meant for the local government since he assumed office as governor in 2015.
Mr. President, you're a leader, and we believe as leaders, you must come out and tell Nigerians who are those committing this offense. You said the governors are taking local government funds. I want to say, in the name of Almighty God, I've never touched local government fund one day. I have never, and I have no reason to do that. So, Mr. President, tell us who are those people. You know them, tell us. It is not good to say, what do you call class defamation? You say governors. Please, I'm not one of those governors. I'm not. So, Mr. President, please spare me. Tell Nigerians that the integrity governors are not part of them. We have integrity. We're not part of them. And do us a favor to announce all those states that are taking local government money. I have never, since 2015 till now, and I have no reason, and I will not have any reason.
Oh, well, let me come to you now, Olufemi. Why do you think the president is just making this complaint few months to leave in the office?
Well, there's nothing strange about what the president has said. It is what we have known, and this has been enabled not only by the tendency of politicians that you find in some of these governors, but because even the Constitution of Nigeria, enables, this corruption that has characterized the administration of local government in Nigeria. That's why we have continued to insist that the Section 162 that has created that joint state and local government account itself is a fraud. And it's very funny that Governor Wike, rather than standing by his claim that between 2015 and now he has not in any way tampered, unfortunately brought in his group of 5 governors that they have integrity. Can Governor Wike tell us that in Oyo, Abia, Benue, where salaries and pensions are not paid, that governors there have not been tampering with local government funds? Even in states where these allocations are paid into the local government, some of these governors have to nominate projects, have to nominate consultants to collect revenues and all sort of despicable things for this local government. And these are fundamental things that are visible to the average Nigerian. What President Buhari has said is a street knowledge. It is what is known to everybody. But unfortunately, the president has not also been kind enough to have used the last 7 years to have pushed, it's beyond an executive order, because the constitution that he has sworn to uphold has given an opportunity for the governors to exploit by creating an account jointly run by the state and the local government. If the local government is a chair of government, why can't they get their allocations directly, manage it independently without any interference of the states? But as long as that joint state and local government allocation account continue to exist, governors will continue to, the money will continue to come there. Governors will continue to nominate projects and all sort of frivolous activities that will take this money out of the local government accounts into their purse and the purses of their cronies. And that is why, despite all the huge revenues, allocations given to this state, including the fund from derivation, some states cannot even completely pay salary. In Ondo State today, the last time a civil servant has taken salary should be about September. So the president must do more than this lamentation by ensuring that the needed legal steps are taken to prevent this thing.
All right, Shegun, let me come to you now. Do you agree with Wike that the president should name the culprits?
Beyond throwing tantrums and rhetorics and the rest of them, Mr. President was very clear about what he was saying. What he was hammering on is not about somebody has stolen money and I want to demonize the governor. What he's talking about is, we all understand, it has been on for a while. Mr. President has been very, very consistent. As you know, I'm not in their political party, and I will not say I'm a fan of this administration as such, but the truth be what it is. He has been very firm on local government autonomy right from the beginning. And I recall that in 2017, we contributed, even as an organization, to the passing of that bill of ensuring that local government have their autonomy according to the provisions of the 1999 Constitution. But unfortunately, that bill, after the tenacious work done to bring the Senate and the state together to have one voice on that matter, that particular bill failed at the state level. The states agreed to administrative autonomy of the local government, but they disagreed totally, in fact, almost 100%, on fiscal autonomy of the local government. And this is one of the things that the president has been saying, that the local government should be able to get their allocation on their own, directly, and be able to manage it. But how many local government chairmen across Nigerian states are autonomous? How many of them are acting outside the control of the state governors? So that's exactly what is being addressed here. It's not about pointing fingers to say you took money or you did not take money. How will we know you are doing the same? Because a man who shares meat with his teeth, nobody can actually judge that except for God, because nobody knows what you have caught inside. So this is precisely what the president has been hammering on, and this is what he has been saying, that while there is no the control of the local government is still under the state, we will not have justice and will not have a local government that actually and truly cares for the people.
All right,
so this